MGTOW here with over 9,000 opinions. Welcome to the video. If you want to say I told you so, or you're not a MGTOW, or there's no such thing as a NAWALT, go right on ahead, because I deserve it right now. So this person with 2 X chromosomes, I say that like that because I recently said this chick, and my dad was like, that's not respectful. And then I was like, okay, this female. And then he was like, I'm not sure that's okay either. So recently this person with 2 X chromosomes messaged me, and we were talking, and I liked talking to her, and she was making me laugh and making me think, and she seemed genuinely interested in me. I wasn't sure if I liked her that much, but she wanted to hang out with me by asking me to come to a bar, and I was like, let's get pho somewhere tomorrow and just talk. And then she was like, talk about what? Like she knew I wanted to say something. So I messaged her about how I want to have multiple women in my life, in my future, and have a family unit. I was expecting her to think I was crazy and not want to still meet up with me in the future. To my surprise, she wasn't completely against this notion, and we met up and had a good time, and then we hooked up a couple times after that. Then I'm driving her home, and she's like, oh, by the way, I wanted to tell you, I've been dating around with another guy for the past, 2 months or something. And I've been seeing him this past week. My mind started racing. Over the next 10 minutes, my inner contempt started overflowing. Perhaps I will give a more detailed, lost my place. A more detailed debriefing of what all happened between us and how I felt about her, but bottom line is that I told her that I don't trust her anymore, and she was kind of defensive, like, oh, well, we've only hung out a couple times, and I was like me and her, and I was like, well, I definitely like you less. So I said we would talk again in a month and see what's up. But I already know that I don't want to talk with her in a month again. I need to stick to MGTOW. I need to stick to the promises I've made to myself. I need to stick to MGTOW. Maybe down the line, this double X chromosome can prove herself to me and meet all my requirements and wait for me to meet all of my personal requirements, but I doubt it. Here are some sobering thoughts for anyone out there thinking of messing around with a double X. How do you know that girl is STD free unless you watch her walk out of the clinic with a paper that says she is? How do you know that that girl takes birth control unless you watch her do it and look at the unopened birth control package? How do you know that girl you just met isn't going to go to the cops and say you sexually assaulted her, either now or later down the line when you become famous? How do you know, if that's what you want, how do you know that girl you're hooking up with isn't hooking up with some other guy at the same time? Just because you talk about these things and ask her, you still can't trust her. Trust is earned over a long period of time. And even then, any MGTOW worth his salt knows you can't trust the female sexual entity 100%. I really hate to write that out and say that, but it's 100% true. So I'm just here to say that I dipped my toes in the water again as far as messing with the female sexual entity, and right now I regret that massively. There is too much that could go wrong, and even when things go right, you could end up drained of your semen, i.e. the sexual energy tank is at 0, or you could end up spending way too much time away from the other things in life you enjoy / are working hard towards. I have a list of things that I need my future baby mamas to be okay with that I will be presenting in an upcoming video. Also, I have already posted a list of things I said I was going to do before I am willing to date people with double X chromosomes, i.e. go 90 plus days without porn or fapping, build/own a house, finish my novel, and save up enough money to support a large family / be able to pay child support payments. And I'm going to add another one. Have enough money to fight a legal battle for sexual assault charges that may come my way because some chick wants to get a piece of my fame and fortune. I wouldn't say I was ever dating this girl, but I think we did have dates. I would say that I betrayed my MGTOW mindset and requirements for seeing women that I have created for my own safety and security and peace of mind. I hope to never do this again. I hereby state that even if a girl is super hot and is down with the whole multiple women in my family unit thing, I still won't betray my MGTOW self unless I watch her step out of a clinic with an STD test and have satisfied my various lists of requirements for myself and for her. I want guys out there to know that you can slip up and make it out of encounters without harm, but the chances are super low unless you take extreme precautions that ensure you give a crap about the person before you get physical and are both on the same page when it comes to the future and the present and the past. I know some of you guys out there might put up with a chick seeing two guys at once, but that's a straight up deal breaker for me. I know some of you guys out there have written off women completely and don't consider me a MGTOW at all, but to the guys out there who know they want a person or people with double X chromosomes in their future for having kids or otherwise, please, please, please learn from my mistakes and don't listen to your lizard brain, which tells you to reproduce / have sex at all costs. Have a system in place that takes a lot of time and a lot of getting to know the person and a lot of talking about what you want and where you accomplish most of your where you accomplish most of your goals before you consider getting involved with the female sexual entity. Thank you for sticking through that last sentence. Saiyan MGTOW here with over 9,000 thank yous for watching the video. Here I go again.